pero me desespera. Estoy muy
Está,
desesperado.
no, está ya live streaming.
Sí, ya estamos. Well, hold on a second. Welcome back. Welcome back to Living in Mexico. I'm Ana Maria Salazar. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. So, it's that time of the year where it seems that everybody starts getting a lot of flus, they get sick, they get colds. But if you also add these headlines that are coming out of Europe and the United States, you start wondering if there really is this super flu that we need to be paying attention to here in Mexico. The N3N2, H3N2 virus is sending a lot of people to a lot of people are getting sick, but a lot of people are having to be hospitalized in Europe and in the United States. And of course, it should be something that we should follow and be concerned about. So I really appreciate today's guest once again, Dr. Mauricio Rodriguez Alvarez. He's been joining us throughout the years. He was especially useful, and it was always extraordinary to have the opportunity to speak to him, especially when we were living through the COVID pandemic crisis here in Mexico. So he's joining us again today, Dr. Rodriguez. So how worried should we be about this? About
New
this,
flu
they're calling
virus.
it the super flu, or
No.
they really, I know people, I know they need to make headlines, but it
Yeah.
seems to be something that we need to be paying attention to. So how bad is it? Welcome to the show.
Hello, Ana Maria. Thank you for inviting me again. And we are seeing two things. The first is this infodemic again
Mm,
regarding seasonal influenza information
mm-hmm.
and this magnification of the problem. I
Right.
mean, we are listening, we are seeing some dramatic images from specific places from
Mm-hmm.
Europe and Canada and
Mm-hmm.
the United States
Right.
because they are having their typical flu season
Mm-hmm.
with
Is it typical?
overwhelm.
Is it typical? I mean,
Well,
that's the question. I mean, they're
yeah,
acting.
well, at least
You
what
have
we
some.
have in numbers,
Mm-hmm.
the only difference is that it is happening perhaps 3 weeks earlier than
Mm-hmm.
other years. But
Okay.
every year they have overwhelming of the
Hospital
of
beds.
the
Yeah.
hospital beds and emergency room full of people and a
Mm.
lot of sick people. Actually, last week in the United States, I think there were 40,000 people
Mm-hmm.
hospitalized because
Mm-hmm.
of the flu.
Mm-hmm.
So
Of this
in
particular flu, is it, or is it
the
just the
seasonal
flu?
flu,
It's a seasonal
I
flu.
mean, what it is important, and that's the second part, is that we are seeing the behavior of the
Mm-hmm.
flu viruses
Mm-hmm.
in which every year we have one virus that is the superior in terms of transmission and
Mm-hmm.
presence
Mm-hmm.
uh, above the others. There are
Right.
three kind of influenza viruses
Mm-hmm.
during the seasons, which
Mm-hmm.
are the H1N1.
Mm-hmm.
We remember the pandemic in 2009, and the H3N2,
Mm-hmm.
which is another seasonal virus,
Mm-hmm.
and the type B viruses, which rarely are relevant.
Mm-hmm.
They are always in the third place. So we always see the fight between the H1N1 and the
Mm-hmm.
H3N2,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, sometimes there is a new, not completely new, but a new, like a
Is it a variant?
subvariant of the
Yeah.
of one of those viruses,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we are seeing now. It's
Mm-hmm.
the regular seasonal H3N2,
Mm-hmm.
but with a few changes that uh, I mean call the attention because
Mm-hmm.
could be more transmissible.
Mm-hmm.
The information that we already have as a fact from what happened in Australia, New Zealand, the UK,
Mm-hmm.
is that even it seems to be a heavier virus,
Mhm.
it doesn't cause uh, the worst disease. Okay, it's the same disease, the same
Mhm.
symptoms, the same transmission, the same incubation period. I mean, it's the same disease, which is influenza or the flu, and it responds very well to the oseltamivir
Yes.
antiviral,
Mhm.
which is good news also.
Mhm.
It can be diagnosed by the same
Tests.
PCR tests
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the rapid test that we
Mhm.
already have in place.
Mhm.
And it seems to be susceptible to the immunity produced with the seasonal vaccine that we are
Mhm.
using since a couple of months ago.
Mhm.
So all these are good news, and all all these news could make us think that we are not facing a new pandemic threat, uh,
Mhm.
but a potentially worst seasonal influenza.
Okay.
Okay, and we have to trust in the epidemiological surveillance system, which is also in place for this kind of diseases, the
Mhm.
Sentinel system. There is a worldwide network
Mhm.
with the surveillance of the influenza viruses. So we just have to try to uh, avoid the transmission of the virus, protect the most vulnerable,
Mhm.
keep vaccinating the most vulnerable also,
Mhm.
and that's it.
So I guess so why is there this sense that this influenza is worse than other
Yeah,
seasons? I mean,
perhaps.
is
No, sorry, perhaps it's because it is happening earlier in the
okay.
season in some places, and they
Mhm.
were expecting the the increasing numbers of patients and
Mhm.
bed occupation and in the late December, and they're
Mhm.
having in early December. So
Mhm.
perhaps that could be, and in fact, it's more transmissible, this virus. So
Okay.
perhaps the numbers that we will see will be
Higher.
greater, higher than previous seasons. As for the Mexican season, we still in low numbers,
Mhm.
actually lower than the last 4 years. I mean, we are actually in the lowest numbers of influenza cases in the past 4 years. So, but it's just a matter of time.
Mhm.
Always when in Europe and the US and Canada goes a great activity of influenza,
Mhm.
in Mexico we have it also a
Mm,
couple of
so,
weeks.
and of course, it's the holiday season. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
we have Guadalupe Reyes going on. For those of you who
exactly.
don't know what Guadalupe Reyes is, it's about a month and a week between the 12th of December and the 6th of January, where it's a month. Where everybody's traveling and celebrating and
Yeah, yeah,
basically spending a lot of time with family members. So we do expect that there's going to be a lot of movement of people
absolutely.
and children, and then everybody comes back and they go to school. So I
Yeah.
mean, and maybe
Well,
that's going to be the problem.
No, the problem, and let's just try to remember what happened in COVID. During
Right.
the holidays, we saw the worst waves of
Okay.
transmission.
Right.
And when the people went back to schools and work and everything, it goes down. So
Okay.
we can expect for the next weeks
Mm-hmm.
an increased transmission in community because of the party, celebration, travel,
Right.
all this that we know in
Mm-hmm.
this season. And after that, we hope that in the schools, in the works,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the control measures are
That's true.
more strict, and
Mm-hmm.
perhaps we can interrupt the transmission. But always in Mexico, we see uh, well, except for the 2022-2023 season,
Hmm.
but it's always in January, the worst part of the influenza season. So
Okay.
we can expect that. And just don't forget that COVID, influenza, the well, actually measles,
Hmm.
the cold, and all those diseases are transmitted in the same way, which is
Hmm.
from a sick person that does not protect it
Hmm.
himself or herself, and
Hmm.
the people in which they
Hmm.
are gathering and staying in the same close place.
Hmm.
There's the risk of transmission of the virus. So we can protect them if the sick people use
So,
uh,
okay,
a face mask and
yeah, the face mask. So the bottom line is try to get vaccinated, right? Get the
exactly,
influenza because that will diminish the symptoms. If you have
exactly.
symptoms, use a mask. Stay away from people who are,
More
immune,
vulnerable, yeah,
more vulnerable. And try to stay. I guess try to stay healthy. I mean, it's just kind of
exactly.
like the basic recommendations
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. Open
there.
windows, try to ventilate the places, keep
Mhm.
your hands clean, and protect the most vulnerable. And that's it. We did learn that in the in the pandemic.
It's basic. Dr. Mauricio Rodriguez Alvarez, once again, thank you so much for joining us here on Living in Mexico.
Thank you, Ana Maria.
We're going to go to a break. I'm Ana